Welcome back to What They Didn't Teach Us. Okay, I'm your host, Tyler, and today we're going to be diving into a topic that hits home for a lot of us here in America, and that's debt. Okay, why is it important to know about it and how to pay it off as quickly and efficiently as possible? Doesn't matter if it's student loans, credit cards, or even medical bills. That can feel overwhelming. I know because I've been there, all right? But you don't have to let it control your life. In this video, man, I'm going to share some simple but easy to follow strategies, okay, that you can start using today to pay down your debt fast, okay, including the two most powerful methods, okay. One's going to be the debt snowball and the other will be the debt avalanche, okay. So stay tuned. We got a jam-packed video for y'all. Also, listen, I want to be transparent with y'all, okay. I started my debt-free journey about 3 years ago, right, and I am not yet fully debt-free, right. The plan I put in place has me debt-free by December of 2025. So my current debt, it includes my car payment and a credit card. All right, so I want y'all to know that we're all in this thing together, man. So listen, if we create a plan, we stick to it, becoming debt-free will eventually happen for all of us. Okay, I know that because I am currently living that, right? That's my current life. All right, so I'll keep you guys updated on my progress. Y'all can keep me updated on yours. Listen, if you're ready to become debt-free, I want you to drop a comment below. Okay, hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed to this channel so that you can get more financial tips that'll help you and assist you on your journey to becoming debt-free. What is debt? Okay, debt is an amount of money borrowed by one person or entity from another, okay, with an agreement to pay it back. All right, this includes money that we borrow from both financial institutions and family and friends. All right, so yes, you should absolutely pay Aunt Sally back that $20 she let you borrow for gas. Okay, so before jumping into the strategies, let's talk about why paying off debt faster is so important. Debt not only limits our financial freedom, but it also costs you more over time, okay? High interest rates means you're paying way more than you originally borrowed. Okay, so the way I want you to look at this is that every dollar you pay toward high interest debt is a dollar taken away from the interest that you could be earning on that same amount. Okay, I'll give you a visual of this later in the video. Paying back debt also delays your goals, okay? Debt can prevent us from saving for a home, starting a business, or even retiring at a desired age. Lastly, man, debt can affect our mental health, okay? Financial stress can lead to things like anxiety, depression, which causes problems in relationships. It causes us to be self-conscious. We feel less than when we compare ourselves to our peers. It also leads to shame and guilt, okay, which leads to us lying to seem like we're in a better situation than we actually are. The good news is, by creating and following a plan, we put ourselves back in control of our future, all right? So let's get into the strategies that actually work so that we can prevent ourselves from experiencing these symptoms. All right, gang, so let's get right into it. Debt snowball versus the debt avalanche. Okay, we're going to start with the debt snowball. This is one that I've actually used myself in my own life. This is one that I'm actually currently using. Okay, this method is the one that I started back 3 years ago, and I will be completely out of debt here in December 2025. So I'm excited. This has worked for me. Okay, it's my favorite of the two. But of course, you'll decide which works best for you. So the way this one works, man, is you're going to list out all of your debts, okay, from smallest balance to largest, okay, regardless of the interest rate. Here, we do not care about interest rates at all, okay? Then we're going to pay the minimum balance on all debts except for the smallest one, okay? What we're going to do with that smallest one is we're going to throw any extra cash that we find in our budget, okay? And we'll know this by actually completing the budget, okay? I've created a video on budgeting, how to budget every dollar. So you'll know kind of where you stand. You'll know how much free cash flow you have to throw toward any debt, okay? Now, then what we're going to do is we're going to continue to make that minimum payment plus any extra cash that we have. We're going to continue to make that payment month over month, okay, until that smallest debt has been paid off, okay? Once we pay that smallest debt off, man, it's important. It's important for us to stop and celebrate our first win, okay? It's very important because, depending on how much debt you have, this could be a long journey, okay? And you have to, give yourself the pat on the back for sticking to and actually completing, one of the first steps, in this journey, okay? So it also just keeps the momentum going, okay? provides the dopamine that we need to stay engaged with anything, right? So what we're going to do after we pay that off, man, we're going to take that payment that we were making on that smallest amount or on that smallest balance, and then we're going to roll that into our next smallest balance, okay? And we're going to continue to do that until that's paid off. We'll then take that payment and then roll it on to the next smallest debt. All right. So I created a scenario here, and this is Jerry's debt. Okay. He has a Capital One credit card with a balance of $500, a personal loan with a balance of $1,200, Mastercard 11,000, and of course he owes 32,000 on his auto loan. Okay. Now Jerry, he's done his budget. Okay, so he knows that he has $300 of disposable cash that he can use toward his debt. So using our debt snowball method, they've already been placed in order here. Okay, from smallest balance to largest. So then what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we pay at least the minimum balance on these, okay, on time every month without fail. Okay. But then what we're going to do is we're going to take this $300 extra disposable cash that Jerry has left over, and we're going to add that $300 to this $35 minimum payment. Okay. And so that's going to give us a payment of $335 on his Capital One. Okay. And in 2 months, okay, that Capital One credit card will be paid off, right? Because you have that $335 first payment. And then, of course, you'll have like 165 left over or something like that to go ahead and knock that out in 2 months. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to celebrate, okay, because it's very important, and then roll that right into our next smallest debt, okay, which here is going to be our personal loan. Okay. So $335 that we were making on the Capital One payment now gets added to our minimum payment for our personal loan. Okay. And that will be an amount of $410. Okay. So we're going to be paying $410 on his personal loan here. And if we do that consistently, after the 2 months, of course, of him paying off his Capital One, so 6 months total, his personal loan will be paid off. Okay. Now, rinse and repeat. We then add that $410 to the minimum payment of $250 to make a payment of $660 per month that we put toward his MasterCard. And we continue to do that until it's been paid off. Now, here's a visual so that you guys can follow me. If what I was saying before didn't wasn't really clicking with you. Okay, so we have the Capital One personal loan, of course. We have the debt name itself here on our far left. We have the start and balance, okay, here in this block here. We have the minimum monthly payment, okay. Now the $300 have already been added into his Capital One minimum payment, okay. So his payment is going to be $335, which would take his balance down to $165, okay. Well, if his balance is $165 and we have $335 disposable to make toward that payment, we're only going to make the $165 payment, okay, because that's going to clear it up. So that means we'll then have $170 left over to go ahead and start making an additional payment on the personal loan, okay? So you have the 170 plus the 75, that's where that $245 comes from, okay? Now, you make the $245 payment, drops the balance down to $880, and now we get to see that $410. Okay, no, this $410 payment is going to come from adding the $335 payment that we were using toward our Capital One, okay, plus our minimum payment. Okay, that is what equates to $410, and then we're going to continue to pay that until that balance is no more. Okay. Same thing. Okay. We then take that payment, roll it over to our MasterCard, and you guys get it. Okay. Rinse and repeat until all debt has been paid off. Okay. Now we're going to get into our debt avalanche. Okay. The debt avalanche is similar to the debt snowball, except we prioritize our list based on interest rates. All right. So we're gonna list this thing out from highest interest rate to lowest. All right. And just want to take a second here. When we target our highest interest rate, it actually saves us money in the long run, right? Because interest is a killer. If you guys would like a video of me breaking down the math on how the interest payments work, drop that in the comment. I'd love to create it. I may even do it anyway. But just let me know if you want to know the math on how interest rates work when it comes to your debt. Okay, so back to the debt avalanche. We're going to list them all out from highest interest rate to lowest. We're going to pay the minimum balances on all debt except your highest interest rate. Okay, now what we're then going to do is throw any extra income that we have or any extra disposable cash that we have on that highest interest debt until it has been paid off, and rinse and repeat. Okay, similar to the debt snowball, except we're just going to target the highest interest rate first. Now, if you look at this model, it's almost identical to the debt snowball, except we switched around the MasterCard and the personal loan, okay, because the interest rates here are 22%. Now, they're both 22%, so I'd advise we start with the lowest balance, okay, because that still allows us to get that dopamine effect, okay, celebrate that quick win there sooner, okay? So pay that off and then continue to roll it over just like we did in the debt snowball. So hopefully, man, that makes sense. If you guys have questions about that part, again, leave them in the comments. I will be more than happy to break it down even further for you. All right, and real quick, family, I want to show you all this. So when you look at these minimum debt payments, okay, the total equates to $960 a month that Jerry's spending or paying toward debt. Okay, so I want us to look at this real quick. Okay, the S&P over the last 20 years averaged a 10.5% return. Okay, so that means, okay, if we were to simply invest into the S&P 500 index, on average annually, we would receive 10.5% interest on our own money. Okay, so now let's say we were to invest into the S&P 500. Okay, we start with an initial investment of $960. We contribute $960 every month, okay, over the span of 15 years, okay, with an interest rate of 10%. Okay, we're not even going to throw the half in there right now. And that is compounded annually. Okay, so let's calculate this. We'd be missing out on $370,000 at the end of that 15-year period. Okay, and that's with our total contributions at $173,000, which means we would have gained over $200,000 in interest alone. Okay, so which method is better for you? Is it the snowball or the avalanche? Well, the answer will depend on you, your personality, and your financial situation. I'll say this: choose that snowball if you need motivation from quick wins. Okay, it's great for people who feel overwhelmed and need the confidence boost. Use the debt avalanche if you want to save the most money and are comfortable focusing on the long-term progress. Okay, this one takes a level of discipline that most people don't have. All right. Now, either way, the key to pick one is to stick with it. Both methods work. They only work if you're consistent. Paying off debt is a marathon. Okay, it's not a sprint. Staying consistent is the absolute hardest part. Okay, so here are some tips to assist you in doing so. One, guys, I want you to set clear goals. All right, write down your why. Are you doing this for financial freedom, to reduce your stress, or to achieve a dream? Write it down. Two, guys, I want you to track your progress. Okay, use a debt tracker, okay, or an app to visualize your progress. Okay, seeing those balances go down motivates you in a way that nothing else will. Three, guys, I want you to celebrate your milestones. Okay, treat yourself every time you pay off a debt. Okay, treat yourself within reason though. Okay, a small reward can go a long way in keeping you motivated on this journey. Four, guys, I want you to avoid new debt. Okay, put away the credit cards and avoid taking on new loans unless absolutely positively necessary. Lastly, guys, I want you to surround yourself with the support you need. Okay, share your goals with a trusted friend, a family member, someone who you can trust to hold you accountable. Okay, and if you don't have anybody that you trust, feel free to tap in here with us every week. We will keep you accountable. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, man, and subscribe for more tips on mastering your money. Drop a comment below, man, and let me know. You Team Snowball or Team Avalanche? Let's help each other out, man. Let's help each other stay motivated on this journey to financial freedom. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.